I'm Bob Coleman, and we're talking Main Street and the small business lenders who help it grow. Our first story is from Jennifer Blumig, the co-founder, conference organizer of America West, and she gave this nice recap. Jennifer Blumig, the conference organizer of this great event, America West, 44 exhibitors, outstanding program. How do you feel about it?
Great, Bob, great. We've had a great conference. Some of the great highlights, Linda McMahon was here. So, you can't get better than the SBA administrator at your conference. She delivered an excellent speech.
And you got a lot of buy-in from Washington, from program managers, from the local office. Great content, great networking opportunity, a lot of energy in the room, I feel.
A lot of energy, a lot of interaction. I think it's really started to cultivate a sense of that local SBA lending community that's been missing here. Yeah. So it's been great. And
you do a lot of other regional conferences. Tell us really quick about some of the upcoming ones.
Sure, yeah, we've got Flagel in Orlando coming up in in August. And then we have America East, late August. And we actually have our first year doing our Tennessee Small Business Lending Conference in September.
Awesome, very good. Jennifer, you did a great job here. Are you coming back next year?
Of course.
All right. The founder, organizer, circus director of America West, great job. Good for you.
Thanks, Bob.
In one of our office hours sessions, Lance Sexton and I discussed fraud at the small business level. In this story, a small business owner was ripped off for over $500,000 by his office manager. We discussed what is the prudent lending guidelines that you should do in talking with your small business owners.
Lance, when I got my MBA, I had a finance professor, and he was talking. All of a sudden, he stopped and said, by the way, for those of you who are going to be entrepreneurs, do not give up the authority of signing that checkbook. That is the lifeblood of your company. Lack of cash is what closes companies down. And here we have a situation. A lady, the office manager, embezzled over $500,000 from her employer, an eye doctor. And over 4 years, she used credit cards. She got access to his Wells Fargo wealth account. She paid off her credit cards, and I don't think she's going to destroy this person, but $500,000 loss is going to be certainly significant in his lifestyle.
Well, and that's something, Bob, having worked as a small business owner and in the small business lending arena for a long time, you've got to have control over your finances. When I look at businesses, small businesses that succeed, you can't just be an idea person and hand the checkbook off to someone else in your business. You need to have a good level of knowledge, a good level of understanding of the money flow into and out of your business to be successful. One example, Bob, is the restaurant business is one many banks will back away from. And part of that's because you get somebody who loves to cook, who's great at cooking and can put a good product and great customer service. But when it comes to the checkbook, they don't have a clue. A lot of those businesses fail. You need all. They used to talk about the functional areas of business, Bob. You need some knowledge in all of those.
Yeah. All right. So I know there's a lot of small businesses out there that will give the signing authority to an office manager, to a key employee. Lance, therefore, when you are confronted with that, what do you tell the owner on what they need to do on a monthly basis to make sure they're not going to be in the newspaper like this?
Well, I think that just ongoing, if they are going to have a CFO or a finance person, it can't be let's get together once a quarter or let's get together once a year and take a look at the numbers. You need to be looking at those numbers on a monthly basis. In my case, Bob, I'm a little anal retentive. I probably would be looking at the numbers on a daily basis. But, and first of all, Bob, as a small business owner, I would have never let my checkbook be controlled by somebody else.
I think what the takeaway is, you need to advise your customer that, okay, Bill over there is being able to write the checks, but you need to go in and check it. I'm with you. I check my account daily. You need to go in at least a minimum of a monthly basis Get a monthly, I get a daily email what my balance is, so make sure that that person signed up for that. And I believe that it's your role to consult with that entrepreneur on best practices on managing that finance person, because if this is your loan, guess what's going to happen, Lance?
Well, and the challenge with this kind of situation, Bob, embezzlement in a small business always starts small. You've got an employee who has a past due credit card and they stroke a check for $2,500 and they fix it and nobody asks a question. So vacation
comes to $500,000.
Yeah, vacation time comes up and they're like, I don't, and it starts slow and it rolls and it grows.
How all frauds start, yeah.
And if the entrepreneur was on top of it and communicating with them and paying attention to the numbers, it wouldn't occur.
Yeah, they're going to say, hey, what is this? And anyway, and I know you may be rolling your eyes, but we get one of these stories every month. It's sad. It's sad.
Linda McMahon is a wizard at social media in getting the message out about the effectiveness of SBA lending programs. Listen to Lance and I discuss this.
Yeah. The reason why we asked the social media question is Linda McMahon is very aggressive on social media. She is the most socially media savvy person in the cabinet. Notice I didn't say the administration, in the cabinet. And I don't do Facebook or Instagram, but I do follow her on Twitter, and she posts these types of stories and pictures on that feed. I put that out there. There's a lot of fluff in there, but it really shows that she definitely has her boots on the ground and is touring the country and is putting a good name for SBA. And you have to understand why that's important, because when she goes to these local offices or local cities, who does she contact? The Congress person representing that district. So she's letting Congress know that she's out there to support his or her constituents.
Well, it's, when she was selected as the administrator of the SBA, I was pretty excited because of her relationship with the president. And it's been obvious that SBA's position in the federal government certainly is stronger than it's been in years. And that's evident, Bob, by all the interest Congress has taken in small business lending over the last year.
Yep. And her goal is to visit every district office. And good for her. Again, that's positive and that's great.
I am so glad we're doing this podcast in 2018 where we're getting great story about Main Street optimism every week. Much better than what happened 10 years ago when there was an entirely different story. So it's fun covering these. Listen to this report.
Well, and I don't think that an adjustment is going to be a bad thing for small business. If we look to several of the economic downturns or recessions, those have been periods of incredible SBA lending. I know in 2008, 2009, when we had that recession that occurred during that period and beyond, I was at SBA at that time, and small business lending was growing at a rapid pace.
Right. And the reason we asked this question is MetLife and the United States Chamber of Commerce issue a small business index. And there's a lot of these. I think this one's pretty good. I like to follow it. And again, it reinforces the theme of this year that Main Street small business is optimistic. And they're have a higher appetite to go in and take a loan to expand. And it says nearly 2 out of 3 small business owners are optimistic about their company and the small business environment in the United States. And I think that was similar to what the poll question said, Lance.
One thing that's interesting about being in Walmart country, and Walmart will periodically have corporate layoffs like any large company. And the thing that you see in this area, when they lay off, there's a surge in small business activity. Those professionals come out and they say, hey, I don't want to get caught in a layoff again, so why don't I start a small business and take control of my financial future? So again, if we have a little blip in the economy, which most prognosticators think we will in the next couple of years, it may be a great thing for us as small business lenders because there may be more opportunities.
As I've said before, I have a pretty cool gig. I get to talk to a lot of people. At America West, we put up the lights, the camera, the microphone, and we talk to a lot of people about small business. Listen to this exchange I had with PCFS Solutions. We have the team from PCFS Solutions, one of the largest provider of software to the SBA 7A industry. Stephen Quinn's president. The team, I'm going to let you introduce them. What do you do?
So we're an end-to-end business lending software solution that basically supplies to banks.
Be more specific. I don't know what end-to-end means. So tell me what that means.
So Bob, we handle all the loan origination all the way through servicing and liquidation processes for our lenders.
I know, awesome. And I've known your company for years. How long have you been in business?
Almost 30 years, since around 1985.
Awesome, awesome. But why are you here in this venue? Talking to the lenders? Tell me about that.
Yeah, we've put out some very innovative products over the last few years, and we wanted to connect with not only our clients, but the potential clients we might see in the market and help them be more efficient with their SBA lending process.
Naveen, what do you do for the company?
I am the senior account manager, so I take care of all of our current clients.
Kyle?
I do outside sales, so I'm a sales manager.
And Stephen, what do you do for the company?
Bob, I'm the president, so I make sure that Naveen and Kyle are meeting the needs of the market and that we're executing on our promises.
Well, outstanding. Thank you all for stopping by.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to like and subscribe to our channel. And be sure to click the bell icon in the top right corner to receive notifications about new videos. Thank you for joining us today for the Coleman Report Update and for supporting America's Main Street, one entrepreneur at a time.